Hello, welcome back in. It is another Sunday. This time it is a little kind of a gloomy January, just how we like it around here in the winter. I thought I would pull out. I wouldn't call this a contentious title. I guess it's just there's a lot of people that have a lot of different opinions about it. I don't know if that makes it contentious necessarily, but it is a game that is a co-op game. This game is called the Park Team (parentheses Rangers), and I say parentheses because on Board Game Geek it's only just called the Park Team, even though in the title, as you can see on the screen there, it clearly has the word Rangers in it. I don't know if this is just like intended to be Scott Alms's first foray into the Park Team franchise, and so he's just calling it the Park Team Rangers. But if that's the case, they usually include the word Rangers in the name on Board Game Geek. So everybody that I've seen has just said, fine, we'll just go with what Board Game Geek says, because that's what the publisher and the designer and everybody is saying. So it's just the Park Team, even though it's got the word Rangers in it. So that's fine. It is what it is. Anyway, with all that little quirkiness aside, the Park Team is a co-op game, and it's kind of an efficiency puzzle. At least the solo game is. The multiplayer game, you are limited in your communication, but you are one of the reasons why this game has gotten a lot of attention in the last year is because of how well it is designed to want you as a player to support all the other players. This isn't a semi-co-op, not even close. This is a true co-op game. You really, truly do want to help your people as much as you possibly can, and the game fully is built around supporting that idea. It is from top to bottom designed for that. You're going to be helping each other by giving each other things. You're going to be moving around. So what are we trying to do? Well, as Park Rangers, we have a team in the solo game. We have a team of 3 Park Rangers. For this game, down at the bottom here, you'll see the red, the blue, and the green are our 3 Rangers. This is the captain's board, the purple one. And this is just the backside of any other player board. And I just chose purple for the captain's board. And so this is just where we have a couple of little tools available to us to help the Rangers accomplish everything. Normally in a multiplayer game, every player would have a set of these tokens. This is the power tile, and this is the support token. And every player would normally have one. But to balance out the solo game, because you're going to be managing 3 Park Rangers, they said, well, you're really just one player. You just have 3 people running around. So you're going to have one set of support stuff. So I'm quickly just shuffling up a deck of cards as I'm introing, but soon we'll get these dealt out. So what are we actually trying to achieve? Well, there's a couple different things. We are trying to scout out the park. We're going to try to visit specific locations within the park to determine whether there is work to be done there or not, essentially, thematically, and make sure that the park is in a position to stay open. So in order to do that, you got to go out into the park and just evaluate the current state of things. So that's we're going to have like regular missions in order to say, oh, time to go out here and look at that area. Time to go over here and look at that area. So it's really just going to those locations completes the mission. In other words, getting there. As you can tell, the map has got a lot of routes, a lot of different color lines on it. I'll talk about how those all work as we go. Actually, I'll just do that in just a moment. But we're going to be employing different transportation methods, that's the deck of cards that I was just shuffling, in order to get to these locations. And each individual ranger starts out with a personal mission. And all of these missions that are along here all have to get completed before we run out of time. This is our little round counter. And once we reach the 7th round, if we haven't completed all of these, the park closes and we have failed. Now, I'm just setting us up here. I'm playing on difficulty level 1. And I normally wouldn't. Normally when I play these kinds of games, just to try to demonstrate all the different bells and whistles in the game on stream, I'll try to mix in certain things, some little bits of expansion here and there, a little mini module there or here, just to try to kind of spice it up. But from what I understand, this game, especially solo, is difficult enough to complete regularly that I didn't even bother including any of the extra stuff. The extra stuff, just to be clear, includes things like rest. There's like a rest activity action that you can take. There's also things like weather. The highest level 5, introduces weather. And what all weather really does is just artificially get in your way and slow you down. Makes the game a little harder. So that's fine. I mean, I get that. Weather is a part of this. Is definitely a factor in managing a national park. So like, I have no problem with that as a thematic integration mechanic. I just don't need the extra boundary to completion, right? So, and this is my very first game. I've never played this game before. I'm still even learning the rules. So you're going to see me flipping through these a little bit more than usual, I think, at the beginning, because I'm still just getting my head wrapped around the anatomy of a turn and stuff like that. But again, as is my custom, if you've never joined me on the stream before, I do tend to like to do that on camera because I think it's important for people to see the real world struggle that it can be sometimes to get up and running for the first time playing one of these games. I think it's going to benefit you to see that when you're making your own purchasing decisions to determine if a game is truly for you or not. So I have it basically set up. You might be deceived in thinking we only have to complete like 9 missions because we have 3 cards at the bottom and 6 stops along the way. But if you can see, and I don't think you can, let me zoom in briefly and I'll show you. Yeah, we'll come in here. You'll notice there's little tiny writing in the top corner, and it tells you how many cards to put out for a 1 to 3 player game. Since we're playing a 3-player game, this is the correct side of the board. So there are 6 cards in this stack. There are 3 cards in this stack, 4 cards in this stack, and so on. Yeah, so we have some work to do. We're going to have 6 just in this first round that we're going to have to deal with. And the goal here is to not fall behind, right? Not terribly. You're going to need to be able to catch up if you do. Otherwise, you're gonna be behind the 8 ball, as it were. And I'm probably going to end up there. I'm setting the table now to say I'm not expecting to win this game. This is my first time playing it. I'm on level 1, and by all reports, it's not impossible, but it depends very much on how the cards come out as to how easy of a time I have. And that speaks to the other contentious issue that I think some people have with this game, and that is the luck dependency. In other words, what cards come out. But I think I'm going to err on the side of where most people err with this game, and that's actually considered to be a replayability value for this game. It doesn't play very long. It doesn't outstay its welcome, from what I understand. So go for setting it up and going again and seeing if you can solve that efficiency puzzle is, akin to a Sudoku puzzle or something like that, where you don't really care if it's that particular generation of stuff is difficult. You're just going to play the next puzzle. So this is one of those games where you play it for the joy of, can I beat that efficiency puzzle or not? And if not, shuffle up, go again, right? This is not one of those games, I don't think, that's going to feel particularly punishing. Or I might just have a bad flip of the cards, and that might be what it is, but fine. That's how I'm walking into it anyway. I'm going to allow myself to just have a bad draw and not let it color my view of this game. Because I know that going in. I've looked at people, and I've listened to what people's views are on it. And I know that I can just have that issue. But, I mean, it's like play any roguelike computer game, and you're going to have the same problem. Some of the generations you get on some of the levels just might be a slog, and you just die and go again. So that might be no different here for Park Rangers. The Peak team. So let's see. The other note that people have about this game is that instead of a regular rule book, it is this like fold out pamphlet, and I mean that like really. You saw me flip it like a book, but I mean this like it folds out, right? and it's double-sided, and the extended game and solo rules are in its own book. So this is going to be something interesting to get through. It's because I won't have this nice tidy rule book where I can just find every answer I need. But we'll see. We'll see how much I have trouble with it. Okay, so let's just double check that I've got everything set up correctly. We got the game board. We got the cards out. Yeah. Okay, so we do need to set up the solo. There's a bit of a puzzle. It's an interesting, one of the reasons I liked the solo mode in this when I heard about it was normally every player has a hand of cards and they're not allowed to talk too much about what's in those cards, and they're just supposed to help each other the best they can with limited information. The way the solo game simulates this somewhat, it kind of replaces that with an imperfect information kind of pyramid draw system, and it's less pyramid than just you're taking the bottom card, action card, off those columns, and so you know what cards are coming next most of the time. Some of them are dealt face down, but you don't. You have these other cards that may be getting in the way of the card you actually need this round. So what are we going to do? We're going to try to free that card by spending that other card that's blocking use on one of the other rangers. And you're playing this game of how do I unblock myself to get to the card that's really going to save my bacon this round. I think that's how that's going to go. I'll show you what I mean when I deal it out. It'll make more sense. Yeah, here we go. Supply drop. Instead of drafting each ranger a unique hand of cards, you create a drafting area with 4 columns as shown. So we'll come over here to a little blank area of the table, add 1 face-up card to each column. And to each column, add 1 face-up card to each column. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay, so how do you set it up then? Or do I? Yes, shuffle the supply cards, just did that. Place the round marker, did that. Prepare regular missions, did that. Placed 1 special mission face down on the space for the final mission. Oh, okay. Is it face up or face down, did I say? Face down, we don't know what it is. Okay, we have done that. You can't really see it, but it's fine. I just put a card next to the board. No big deal. Place the final mission flag on top. Okay, I will go get that. Sorry, I just realized I probably should double check that I haven't missed anything. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So playing the multiplayer game. Oh, okay, I get it. All right. So for this first column of cards, we're going to face down. We're going to face up 1 card. Let me make sure I'm starting my grid out in a way that is supportive of things. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to start the grid this way. Okay, these are our action cards. So I'm going to scoot things over a moment here. I don't really need both sides of these cards visible. They have the same symbols on them, left and right, just in case you are left or right-handed. But because we're laying them out on the table, it don't really matter. Okay. There we can see the symbols, that's fine. And then we lay down 1 card face down. So, that's interesting. I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. Okay, I'll leave that over there. All right, so this is our starting supply drop, is what they call it. Oh wait, then we face up 1. Okay, so it's like this. So there's a hidden card between us and the top card. That's how this was supposed to go. I was going to say, don't I have a hand of cards at the beginning? I do. They are face up. So there's 3 cards in each column. Okay, All right, so that's our starting hand of cards. The bottom row is what I have access to immediately. Once I play a card from one of these, from this first initial bottom row, then I will reveal the face down card underneath it, and that will be the active card for that column. So I know that if I work my way all the way to the top, I will eventually get to those actions, but I can't get there right away. I can only do one of these four. So these are multi-use cards. This is a good time to talk about this. We're going to be doing two things. We're going to be trying to get to those locations around the map. We're going to do that by using these transportation methods that are along the top. I actually got a pretty bad draw. I got 3 what appear to be, what are they calling these? I want to make sure I use the right wording. How are we actually traveling around the board? See what I mean? This map can be, or map, this rule book can be interesting. Where are you? There we go. Okay, how are we moving around? How are we moving around? What are the names of these actions? Yeah, explanation of icons, page 4. Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay, so let's look at this top right card right here. This is the boots. The boots and the green lines here are little blocks, are move your ranger to an adjacent location along a hiking route. So the boots are called hiking routes. And these have the kind of the white outline and the square path between the locations. And you'll notice some of these have, like this one here, only has like move 1 space, right? But because this has 2 of the hiking icons on it, we can actually move 2 spaces with the 1 card. Similarly, this here is called a climbing route. That's why we have a little climbing pick right here. And we can, because it has 2 symbols on this card, we can actually move 2 spaces along a climbing route. And those do not have a white outline, and they are brown. So that gives you some a bit of a difference, but also just, you'll see what I mean when we look at the main map again, but we'll get there. This one is a little bit less powerful of a card. It's still a hiking, or a climbing route rather, but it's only 1 space. So we'd only be able to move 1 step along the route we're trying to travel. Same thing with this card. We'll get to helicopter last. Up here, this is the next one along the line here, is the roads. So we actually just drive along the road. Now, the difference with roads are, you get to drive the entire path. You get to go from one location directly to another on the roads. And some of those are quite long. You'll see it on the map and again when I get back there. But roads can move you quite a long ways laterally, horizontally across the map. Let's see. Do we have a snowshoe? We do. We do have a snowshoe. This top left card here is a snowshoe, and this is a snowshoe route. So we're going to be literally cross-country snowshoeing in the snow on one of the snowshoe routes. And if we don't have this card, we can't traverse the snowshoe route this game, or this round. We'll have to do other types of actions. The blue paddles. We get to move the ranger to any other location down the river. The river moves from the mountains down to the valleys because gravity works, right? So it only moves in one direction. We can't move up a river. We can only move down a river. So that might help us once we've reached a higher elevation to get down lower really quickly. So the only other thing to talk about from a movement perspective is the helicopter. Do we have a helicopter? We do. Helicopter right here. This is a helicopter card, and it says move your ranger to a ranger station of your choice. So it's like a little teleporter. And the other thing to talk about is when I did mention earlier that there is a couple of tools available to us to help our rangers as the captain, right? The captain has, we'll come down here. Yeah, this is our little solo captain's board, right? The captain has a power tile. I've chosen the D1, D2 power tile because they are double-sided. And on the D1 side, this influences the support token, which is this token here. When I use this token, the ranger that I've used it to help will be able to use 2 of the little icons that are on this token instead of just 1, because this is the player power that I chose to have as the captain this game. And then once you've used this token, you flip it over. And as you can kind of maybe see at the bottom, it just says ×4 on it. In order to reactivate that, you have to spend cards with 4 symbols on the cards that you've played total. So if we come here, some of these have 2 symbols on them, some of them have 1, and so on. So if I wanted to refresh my support token, I would have to, let's say, discard this card, this card, and this card, which would be 4 total tokens, and that would be enough to refresh the support token. So it is hazardous because you're burning cards available to you to get stuff done in order to refresh your support token. But your support token is what will get you out of a jam. If you can't get something done and you really, really have to this round and you don't have the card, you want that support token available to you. So managing the activity of the support token, if it's disabled, you don't have it right now. You still have to refresh it. Well, here's the thing. So if I use it, because I have this power tile, the ranger that gets to use it will get to use 2 of those symbols instead of just 1. And then on the other side of this, it says you can spend 3 resources instead of 4 to refresh your support token. So it's a little bit cheaper and easier to refresh the support token when you have the D2 side active. I don't know yet if I get to use both sides or just 1. We're going to find out. But either way, if that's the case, I might even choose to use this so I can get it back rather than letting the ranger have 2 actions instead of 1. I'll have to look it up. I'm going to find out as we go to see whether or not I get to do both or if it's a flippy thing again. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. So let's see. We talked about our cards. You can kind of see them off to the right side. But now let's talk. Let's look a little closer at this map. So at the bottom here, you have. I'm going to mess this up. So I'm going to look. We have hiking routes in the green with the white outline. These are all hiking routes because we're down here in the meadow, right? You also have a nice little meandering road through here. And then you have another road a little further up, again, that cuts horizontally across. And then even further up into the mountains, you have a little logging road, basically, that cuts across the upper level here. But then, of course, there's no roads up in the mountains because those peaks are treacherous looking. But then as the higher you get, you're not just doing climbing routes, which are these black ones. These black ones are climbing routes. You're not just doing climbing routes or hiking or roads. Not anymore. No. Once you get up this height, now you're doing snowshoeing. That's what these are, these dotted lines. You're also still doing rock climbing, these kinds of climbing routes. And so between snowshoeing and climbing routes, you're going to work your way all the way up to the topmost peak up there. And I keep talking about this, but I haven't yet managed to get it out of my mouth. These are multi-use cards that we're not just using them to move our rangers around, but we are also using them to try to spot certain wildlife along the way, to see how well the animals in our park are doing, to find out, where they are currently and what's going on. So along the way, we're going to be gathering, we might be wanting to use a card really badly for movement, but it happens to be that our ranger is at a location where one of the bighorn sheep are, or a wolf, or whatever. So we might choose to sacrifice that card instead to look at that. I'm going to find the name of it if it kills me. Find the name of, or to identify that animal. Where are you? Regular missions, support tokens, explanation of competence, supply drops, taking actions, ranger tokens. Oh, there we go. Recording an animal. You can record an animal by playing a supply card showing that animal when you are on a location in the same region. Take an animal token and place it on your ranger map. Okay. And why would I do that? What do I get for it? Round game end. What do we do with the aminal tokens? Oh, I remember now. Okay, I think I remember now. One of the benefits of having animal tokens, you can use an animal token in one of two ways. You can get a card from another ranger, or you can remove any blocker token. Now, I'm not playing with blocker tokens because that's just another level of play that I don't need in this game. So I'm not playing with blocker tokens. So in this case, animal tokens are really only going to be used for their actions that are on the back. Let's take a look at one. This is the rabbit animal token. I'll put it here so you can kind of see it. You can see this one is out in play because it's a 1 through 3 player token. And on the back side of this, it actually gives you 2 actions. In this case, it gives you a hiking action, and you can remove, or if you wanted to use it instead to remove a hazard, you could. In this case, I'm not playing with hazards. At least I don't think I am. We'll see if the game makes me. So you could instead spend it as a free hiking action because you have the rabbit token. So you're going to want to be collecting them because it gives that ranger anyway a special, like, get out of jail. I'm going to burn this and get a free hiking action rather than having to spend a card to do it. Okay, I get it. If your new location matches that of one or more rangers, you may completely redistribute your supply cards at any combination of your choice with those respective players. Ah, interesting. So the other way to do it, the other way to hand stuff off to other players, other rangers, is to be in the same location as them. Get the reward printed on the animal token of another ranger. Oh, interesting. On your turn, you may use an animal token owned by another ranger in one of 2 ways. I missed that little detail. This is what I talked about earlier, how the game is built around helping everyone else succeed. So when you collect an animal token as one of the ranger players, that token can be used by your team members. So everything you do is usable by the group. It may not be usable by you, but it's usable by the group. So it's available for anyone else's use. So everybody's going to want to collect them in order to help everyone else. Okay, let's see. After use, move the animal token from the ranger mat to the game board where it remains for the rest of the game. So you're basically just cataloging that you've received them and then spent them. Okay, I get it. Yeah. This is level 2. It might. Let's see what the. Sorry, I know. Oh, welcome in. We are just getting started here. We're just finishing up our review of how this game functions. Let me just double check that in the solo game I don't have to put on hazards. We'll see. Still setting it up, still getting used to how it runs. Okay. Reminder to set up. Did all that. Take 3 ranger mats and 3 ranger flags. Oh, only 3 ranger flags. Okay, cool. All right, that's fine. Off to the side they go. Okay, place the animal tokens. We have done that. Shuffle the blocker tokens. Oh, we are putting blocker tokens out. Oh, wah, wah. Okay, fine. We are going to have to put blocker tokens out after all. I was hoping to have a slightly easier game. It is what it is. It's fine. I'll just draw them randomly out of this bag because I don't feel like shuffling them. Okay. Let's see. Place 4 of them. Shuffle and place. So that one. Okay. Hold on. Let me pop back out to the main board. Not that button. This button. Pop back out to the main board here. And I won't look at the bag while I draw these tiles. Okay. And this one. And 2 more. Crinkle bag. That one? Oh no. Well, I don't know. Let's see what it is on the other side. Fine. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got, we got a tree limb of some kind. Where are you? You're here. Okay. I'll even come in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I put this hazard token out here. We got this chain break, or like a climbing chain break. We might have to repair that before we can do anything. Let's see. We've got this mountain up here. Okay. And finally, we've got this snow, which is here. Well, these are fairly spread out, actually. That may be good, that may be bad, but they're kind of in this mountainous range here, mostly. So these are hazards, and what that means, I believe, is that this route is disabled until we clear that hazard. But if we collect the animal tokens, as you'll see, one of them is clear a hazard, right? When you set up the game, the icon that's on the animal token is just very lightly printed as a silhouette on the board just to tell you where to put the tile. So these aren't randomly put out. They are put out on purpose in their locations. They're even color-coded to help you, but they're symbol-coded as well in case you can't see those colors. You'll notice on the board right now I have player flags out on the board in these locations because these players, those flags correspond to these locations on their player boards, on their little routes here. These are their personal objectives. And so these flags are there to remind you that, hey, you have a personal goal. That ranger, that color ranger has a personal goal. In case you can't see color, by the way, or at least these colors, the flags, they went so far as to make each flag a different shape. So that is fantastic as well. So it isn't just color-coded, even the flags are supportive of people who can't see these shapes. That's fantastic. Okay, well, let's see. So we got our hazards out. That's great. Shuffle the supply cards, did that. Place the round marker, did that. Prepare regular missions, we did that. Yeah. Place 1 special mission face down and did that. Place special missions as usual. Reveal 1 mission and place the flags and success tokens. What you mean? The thing about the book is that it's expecting you to have played all of the different modules, the different difficulty levels and the things that it adds. It says prepare special missions as usual. Well, what if I've never played with a special mission before? Is that in this book? Where's special missions? Weather, we're not playing with weather because no. Aha, special missions. I have a power tile, we've talked about that. Oh, it looks like we are choosing a side of our power tile, so it isn't going to flip as we maybe thought. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to use the D2 side. And D2 says the receiving player for the support token can reactivate the support token with any 3 icons instead of 4. So yeah, I'm not sure how that works in a solo game, but we'll get to that. Shuffle the 20 special missions and place them face down on the game board. I have done that. Reveal the topmost special mission and place it next to the deck. Take 1 special mission flag, okay. per player. Place them on the map at the letters printed on this mission in the given order. Okay, well, let's see how that goes. Special missions, as I understand them, require all of the rangers in play to show up at that location at the same time, which kind of sucks, if I'm being honest, because it now means, where is that bag of, sorry, usually don't have to go fishing for tokens while I'm on stream, but here we are. Where are you? There you are. Okay, anyway, there are these little flags I didn't think I was going to use, but these are gray flags. These are special mission flags, one for each player. Well, because I'm playing 3, I think we're going to be putting 3 of these out. So I'll just quickly grab them and assemble them. But a special mission looks like this. I'll come over here. And actually, you can see it pretty well on camera with a zoomed out view. I'll just put it there. No, I won't. I'll put it down here. There we go. So FM5, because we are playing with 3 players, we're going to put a flag on the F location, a flag on the M location, and a flag on the 5 location. And what that means is, in order to complete to complete the special mission, 3 rangers have to be on those 3 locations at the same time. And then they will successfully complete that mission. FM5. Well, I guess it's good in a way, because 5, F, and M aren't terribly far apart from each other. In fact, they're pretty close to each other. That may be good, that may be bad. Okay, so now I have, and you can kind of see them a little bit off to the side of the location too, so that when they're covered, you still can tell what locations they are. They're just smaller, but normally it says 5, for example. So this is 5, this is F, and this is M. And yeah, I believe I've done that correctly. That is our current special mission. I do believe I have to complete special missions. I may not. We'll find out. I don't know if special missions are considered to be part of the base requirement for success. Let's see. Did that. Yeah, did that. Okay. Well done, Rangers. You've now been entrusted to complete with new complex missions that require perfect coordination. Besides of that, you also get a final mission. Whew. To help you achieve all this, your training unlocks special abilities, unique for each of you. Yeah, that's the power tiles, but I only get 1 of those. But that's fine. We'll see if maybe all of them can do that. I don't know. Yep. Okay, I did that correctly. All right, fine. Let's see. What else do we have to set up? Is there anything else? Yep. And success tokens. Okay. Success tokens. Sorry, that was a term I was not expecting. Oh, okay. Success tokens. Oh, all right. Fine. Guess we're going to play the full boat today. I was trying to avoid that complexity, but the game is not going to let me do that. So, success tokens are these little gray tokens. They look like this. I'm going to put them in a pile up here next to the game board and hopefully forget all about them. No, just kidding. Success tokens. Okay, you now have the option to complete several special missions in order to collect as many success tokens as you can. And since this requires even more coordination, you can now use a new action allowing you to pause during a round. I'm not going to be pushing my luck. If they are optional, they're going to be there, but hopefully I don't really worry about them much. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Then you decide for each of your rangers on which of the 2 ranger stations start labels they start. Oh. Okay. All right. So I have my current ranger tokens sitting out here in the bottom. This is not where they're going to start, it turns out. The 2 starting locations are here, up here, and then up down here in the valley as well. So I get to choose who's going to start where. Well, I think blue is probably better off starting up here because this person has a special mission located right next to the start practically. And similarly down here, these 2 have a personal mission that are located right down here at the bottom in the valley. So maybe we just knock out their personal missions first. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I should focus on the regular missions so we don't get too far out of whack, but I'm pretty certain I have to get those done, don't I? How do I win? Let's look at game end. Solo. Solo. How do you win? You decide about the final location when the round spaces are empty and the first of your 3 rangers completes their last regular mission. At the end of the game, the winning conditions and the scoring are the same. Are the same. Love that. Okay. When the round spaces are empty, the first of your 3 rangers completes their last regular mission. Huh. Okay. How do you win in a regular game? Let's go look. I just want to make sure that I understand how this is supposed to go. You win if there are no more missions left on the game board and at your ranger mats. So the personal missions do count. All animals are recorded, so no animal tokens are left on the map. Oh, so I have to record those animals as well. That is part of the base game. Okay, got it. If there are less than 4 regular missions left on the current round space, you can play another round. Otherwise, you lost this game due to issues overflow. Move the round token to the next round space if this... interesting. Okay, I can see now why focusing only on the personal missions is a hazard. Because if you fail to get the regular missions done before the round has to end, at least 2 out of the 6 that you start with in that stack, then the game ends because you just failed to even keep up with the flow of the game. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah. Why would I pass unless I have... For the rest of the round. If your new location is a ranger station, you may check the radio for more missions and distribute new regular missions to your team. All right, well, I think the rest of this is going to require us to take a turn or two. I get it, though. Okay, so at its core, there's 3 things we need to worry about. We need to worry about keeping up with these missions here so that we don't get too far behind in a given round, so that the game doesn't end immediately. We need to eventually also squeak in the completion of these personal goals. And then thirdly, as we come across wildlife tokens that are scattered around the board, we need to record them because that's part of the base game. So we don't win unless we get all of this stuff done, all of these done, and the animals recorded. Special missions, there is technically a final mission as well. I believe we probably have to get that done because this is the solo game. This counts as being one of the missions we have to worry about. This just looks like one of these multi-point locations. So what I might just do is ignore that this exists, unless I don't have a choice. Let me read that game end one more time about the whole get your stuff done thing. If there are less than 4 regular missions left on the current round space, you can play another round. Move the round tokens if this is the part. Okay. Huh. So I don't quite get it, because if your new location matches the letter of one of your missions, you completed one of your regular missions. Discard the regular mission to the dedicated space and take the flag back to your ranger mat. Share cards, get missions. I see. I see. Okay. All right. So these don't just become available. We have to go to the ranger station to get more of them. So our current objectives are the missions that are in our pocket. The only way to get more is to go to a ranger station and get more missions, and then we take it from the current round stack. So we might just want to do that right off the bat. Since we're starting in ranger stations, we might just want to get new missions so we can get some of them on the board. Interesting. Boop, 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 boop. Right. Yeah, fine. You can have up to 2 regular missions per ranger at a time. If you have 2 regular missions, you must complete one in order to have the capacity to gain another one. Yeah, makes sense. Let's see. What's that? Welcome in, Nika. Have a good time lurking. Okay. All right. Let's make sure there's not some like special solo action thing I need to worry about. Like, how does it work? Taking actions. You as the captain take actions for any ranger in any order. When you use supply cards to record an animal, move a ranger, or reactivate the supply token, you are limited to the bottommost card in each column. Yeah, we talked about that. After you use one or more of these cards, discard them, then flip all the bottommost cards face up. You can do all actions like in the base game with the following changes. The option to share cards between rangers at the same location is no longer available. Oh man. If a ranger collects an animal token, place it on your captain's mat. Okay. You can later choose which ranger gets the benefit of an animal token. Oh, I can see that. It may be the same one who recorded the animal. Ah, see, that's a difference between that and the base game. Rest action, as there is no playing order here, this is a slightly different function. Discard one of the bottommost supply cards unused. Well, that's a nice tactic, because if there's a card blocking me and I want it out of the way and I don't care about using it, I might just use it as a rest action. There is no need to pass because there is no playing order. You just decide when the round ends. Ah, okay. Okay. All right, great. So it's other than that, which is normal gameplay. Got it. Cool. So let's get to playing. Finally, at long last, we're going to get to try to play this thing. Yeah. How are we going to start this then? Maybe we do start it this way because it's one of the 2 missions that are clogging up our pockets here. So maybe we do it this way, get these out of the way, get to a ranger station, which we start at one, to get our secondary missions right away. Yeah, I like it. Right. Okay. Supply drop. Each of your 4 cards. Yeah, right. Yep. The ranger holding the first ranger token, place on your token, you must take one or more actions to pass. I'm not going to do that. So on our first turn, we are going to use the support token owned by another ranger to move your ranger. No, I won't do that. How about check your options. Once your move is complete, before you play any other action, you may have one or more of the following options, which you have to do in this order. Complete a regular mission, share cards, which we don't get to do, or get missions at a ranger station. If you're new, I have to move. So I can't just get missions right away. I have to move. And then later I'll move back to a ranger station to get more missions. Got it. Right, so let's go on a hike. We can't though. How do we actually get an animal? By playing a spike card, when you are on a location in the same region, check circle color if unsure. Oh, I see. So we start there. We're not at a location yet, but we will be once we get there. Okay. Well, I think what we're going to do, what I'm looking at are my available options. These are our 4 starting cards. Most of them are climbing cards that I can't use right now. So I'm probably going to burn one as a rest to get at one of the cards underneath it. We need to do some hiking. I don't really want to waste a 2-action card. Maybe I just use my supply token right away? I think I do. Not my supply token, my support token. How do I use a support token? Because that's going to be key. Support token. If your support token is activated, another ranger can ask you to deactivate it to use it. Okay, got it. So I get to do that right away. Okay. Maybe for the sake of the fact that I've got terrible cards, I could use one. Yeah, all right. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip over our support token. You can't really see it, but it's not important. It's on my solo captain's board. And he's going to, the blue player will come over there. The blue player here needs to go on a hike. So he's going to use the support token to take a free hike action. Now, he's on an orange location, so he can record the animal if he has the card, and he does. So what we're gonna, because we need to do a lot of, we have a lot of these climbing cards, so we're not going to use this card. I'm saving the helicopter because the helicopter is really useful for getting around the board. We're going to use this card instead, not for its double move action, which would be tempting, but we are instead going to use it for the bighorn sheep. So we're going to take that card and we're going to discard it out, revealing this card, which is not what I wanted, but it is what it is. And we are going to record the bighorn sheep. Record the bighorn sheep. I can do that because I'm in the same color region as the bighorn sheep. So the U and the V are in the same region as that, so I'm going to record that. It goes onto my captain's board. And on my captain's board, I should probably set up a quick look on the captain's board. Let me do that really quick. So there's the captain's board. Okay, I can come back to that a little easier. Now I have my used support token, unfortunately, but I can refresh it with only three icons instead of 4, which is nice. But I now have received the new Bighorn Sheep animal token, which gives me a free climbing action later, and it would also help me remove a hazard if I need to. I can't do both. I can only do one, but this is what that token would be good for. So that's not a bad thing. So back to here, we got the blue player there. We got a card spent to record the animal. Now we need to climb to V, and that requires a climbing card. Well, good news, we have 2 climbing cards we need to get rid of. So we get to choose between these 2. They both do the same thing. Move one space along a climbing route or help us record these 2 animals. I would love to get, we have a river card. We don't need another one, so getting over there quickly doesn't make sense, but maybe getting to the road does. So we'll use this as the movement card to move along that route. And we'll go up here. So now that reveals the card underneath, and it is yet another climbing route. Great. Love that for me. I need a snowshoe real bad, and I'm not going to get one yet. So we maybe leave him there for now, and we look at the rest of our rangers. Still no hiking routes available to us because I didn't quite get it uncovered. What do we want to do? What can we do? Well, we can discard cards to reveal to restore our support token, which may not be a bad idea right now. I'm a little leery of doing that because I don't want to run out of cards too early, but we need to discard 3 symbols if we're going to do that. What I could do is discard these 2. And then see what this is and hope we can, and to decide what we're going to discard. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to discard these 2, which reveals this card. And it is a snowshoe, which is good. Yeah, okay. And then we'll discard the bunny. No, we need the bunny. We'll discard the... Let's discard the river. We'll discard the river. It's fine. Okay, so those will be the 3 that we discard to restore the support token. Now, we have our snowshoe available to us, and we have a hike available to us. So let's look at our hiking. Red would use a 2 hike to get straight to their personal goal. And they'd be in the brown, so we could also spend the other bunny card we have to record the bunny at the same time. So let's do that. That's easy. We'll spend this to hike twice. So we'll go, red goes 1, 2, and then completes our first mission of many. So our first mission here is to visit the 1 location, which we have just done. And so that is complete, and this flag comes off. Huzzah, that is great. Now we look back at our available cards. We're going to spend the bunny to record the bunny. The bunny is here, so we'll just go ahead and pull bunny off. Bunny lets us have a free hike action. That's convenient because we're going to spend the bunny right now for a free hike action. So here's what I mean. We have 2 animal tokens right now. We've got the bighorn sheep that we got earlier, and now we have the bunny that gives us a free hike action. We're going to spend the bunny right now. And we're going to come here. We're going to put the bunny down here, which is where it lives. And it's going to take a free hike action. We're going to move the green player to their personal goal location. to complete their personal goal. Love that. But now we have a bit of an issue. No, we don't. No, we don't. Let's come here. We have a snowshoe action. We don't have to take both moves. We can just take one. So we're going to spend it to take a move action along the snowshoe routes. We're going to move the Blue Ranger to its personal location. And it's going to get that, or they are going to get their mission done. So they're there now. Great. Now we have to go get some more missions. We got all of our missions done. We didn't even touch. We were almost out of cards. We haven't even touched that mission deck. That's not good. That's not good. What's going to happen? Game end. One more time. We don't have to have them done. We just have to have them pulled off that stack. If there are less than 4 regular missions left on the current round space, well, once we get missions at a ranger station, then they come off the stack. So that's all right. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to use our helicopter to move the blue player to the other ranger station where the other rangers are. Are we? Maybe we aren't. We might move the red player. Let's see. We are going to use the helicopter, but which ranger are we going to use? I'm a little leery about taking the blue player off the mark. I don't think I have a choice, though. Oh, there's a snowshoe. Oh, this is a... Oh, it's another river. Dang it. I have so many river cards right now. I don't need them at all. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to figure out how to get over here to this guy. There's no way I can this round. We know that. I can always just get another helicopter and go back out there to the other ranger station that's right there. But I need a hike to get off of it, which is just annoying. Because it's this green line here. Well, we need to spend the helicopter. We need to get missions. So the other thing I'm thinking about is this special mission with all these 3 locations in it. I don't have to get it done, I don't think. I'm going to find the special missions rules real quick just to make sure that I'm not like ignoring them for no reason. Maybe I have to do them. I do have to complete the special mission. Okay. All right. Well, since I have to complete it anyway, maybe I do fly him back. Yeah, let's use the helicopter then for my original plan. We're going to fly the Blue Ranger back here now because it can go to any ranger station with the helicopter. And now we've got them in pretty decent position to try to make their way up to these 3 locations to complete the special mission. What I'm missing are the cards to do it. But good news, we're on a ranger station after the move. And therefore, we can look for get some more missions. How do we do that? We say, get regular missions at a ranger station. If your new location is a ranger station, you may check the radio for more missions and distribute new regular missions to your team. Let's check the solo and make sure that, how do we get new missions, does it say? Playing the game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. So it doesn't say anything about how do I get them. So I guess I just choose how to do it. So fine. We'll just read the regular rules. If you decide to do so, you are not allowed to communicate the missions until they're distributed. Doesn't matter. Draw the next face-down mission card from the current round space. Just one. Look at it and decide which ranger will receive the mission. Yeah. Yeah. Repeat to draw regular missions until each of you either receive one new mission or had two missions. Got it. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. All right. Here's how it goes. So I am going to use the radio. Sorry, it took me a second to read the rules, but now I got it. I'm going to use the radio. And what happens is each of the Rangers will receive at least one mission. So we're going to draw from the card, and I get to choose who gets what. We got J. Who's closest to J? I is right here. M is right here. J is where'st. J is way over here on this road. Not too far though. If we got a road card, we could do two hikes or two climbs to get here and then make our way over to J. So maybe I'll give the blue player J. Okay. What's our next card? D. D is right here. I might give the green player D, because once we get done with F, they can move to H and work their way down to D. Yeah, okay, fine. Green player. Green player gets D. I don't want to overthink it. Good enough for me. And then lastly, the red player will get by default Glacier Gorge is G. I guess it's already done, so they're going to get G. That's a bummer. All right, well, that's fine. We can make it work. Okay, so this is how, no, that's the wrong button. This is how it shook out. We got G on red, so let's put red on G. Boop. We'll put blue on J, and we will put green on D. D, 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 D. Where are you, D? Green on D, yeah. We're going to go over there. Okay. That's what the board looks like zoomed in. So we got missions, so the game's not going to end. That's good. We've got some river, but we can't really do anything with it. So like, here's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at two different rivers. That's all I can use right now. We've unlocked both of those animals anyway, so using them for their animals doesn't matter. We have a support token, but it costs a lot to get there. I have a free climb action, so what I could do on my captain's board with the longhorn sheep, we got a free climb. Would be nice to use it as a, remove a hazard though. But what I could do is use the free climb to get to F. I could get the blue player for free up to F at least. Do I do that, or do I wait for, like, right now it's kind of optional. I don't really have to do that. Maybe I just pass the round. I'm a little scared to do that though. Because I haven't really done much other than a little bit of that. I feel like I should be trying to do more, but I only have 3 cards left, and none of them are really going to work for me. They don't go away. I just deal more cards. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I'm kind of thinking about things the right way. I might just have no choice. Welcome in, everybody. We're just playing a little bit of the Park Team solo. I'm still kind of getting used to the game, so pardon me as I flip through the rules a little bit. I'm just making sure I don't really like end the round too early. I don't think I really should spend those cards. At the end of each round, for each regular mission left on the current round space, you must place one blocker token. Oh dear. Is that right? Do I do that anyway on a solo game? Probably. For each regular mission left. Oh, God. Okay. Well, maybe instead I try to do another radio action with our support token. Because I don't want to... Is there a round card? Hold on. Let me just pull a round card real quick. Yeah, there is. Okay. This is cool. All right. So I was hoping there would be one. There is one. There's a description of all the things that happens on the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. I'm not playing with weather, so that means I would be looking at let's see. Yeah. Around and advanced around marker. Right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. I'll leave that out as a reminder of the things I need to worry about. So maybe I do. Maybe to avoid having to put out. So what I just read, just to be clear, is because I'm using level 3 stuff, because the solo mode has you play a level 4 game by default, which means you include everything. Level 1, level 2, level 3, all of it's, and level 4. All of those things are all in the game. Hazard tokens, everything except for weather, special missions, all of it. So what happens when you're using level 2? Yeah. Is that for every card we still have left to get out of the round 1 space up here, all these missions, if we haven't gotten these cards out, then we have to place more blocker tokens, more hazards on the map, which will just slow us down. We'll start to break down the availability for routes for us to move around. And if we ever get to a point where we can't place a blocker token because they're all out on the board, the game is over. So we don't want to put out hazard tokens. Even if we could navigate around them, we don't want to put them out because it'd end the game too early. So instead, what I'm going to do, I hate doing this, but I'm going to burn my support token, and I'm going to move the green player to the ranger station. And I'm going to use the radio one more time. So we're going to find out who does what. So this is 6. We'll give 6 to the red player because it's right here, and red has another mission right there. So that's good. we'll give, this is H, we'll give H to maybe the blue player, because the blue player is going to J by way of M. So he can just go, they can just go from here to here to here to there. Be done with that. And then hopefully this will be decent. Y is way over there. Well, green player is going to have to go there on a helicopter probably. Okay, so this is how it shook out. That's not the right button. That's the right button. So these are the two missions that red has, these are the two missions that blue has, and these are the two missions that green has. Which is interesting because I only have two sets of flags, so I'll just give them both their flags back. I don't know why it had me only put out one flag, but that's what it's going to be. So we have J and H for the blue player, right? So that's another blue flag. We've got G and 6 for the red player, and then the green player has D and Y. Y goes way over there. Okay, so those are all the flags that all the different rangers have to deal with. Okay. Now what? Well, I could discard all three of those cards to get my support token back, thus ending the round. Because I don't have any more cards. But I like that. There are two rivers and a snow, which I'm not in a position to use anytime soon. So I'm just going to discard all three of those. Maybe that's a waste of cards. I don't know. We'll find out. And we're going to flip over our support token so we can use that again later. And as an end of round goes, that's not too bad. We don't have any cards left in our round one space, so we're not going to put out any new hazards. This is by far the location with the most amount of missions in it. Everything else has 3, 4, 2, and 1. So this is 3, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So really the only harder one is going to be round 3. Between now, we're basically front loaded with missions. And we got to get out of the valley, basically. I feel like we're in a good spot to end the round. So that, I mean, there's no other choice. It is what it is. So it says place one blocker for each mission on the current round space. There are no missions in the current round space, so no new blockers come out. No other step 3 stuff. Great. Okay. Let's look again. Since this is our first end of round, let's make sure that we're not missing anything. Round end, yeah. Okay. You decide when the round ends. Got it. So supply drop. We move back to supply drop for the next round. Instead of drafting, 4 columns. Oh, okay. We just do the same thing again. 1 face up, 1 face down, 1 face up. Got it. So because we burned through all of our cards, we'll start a whole new situation. I would like the hiking cards to be accessible, please. Wow, look at that. A 3-step snowshoe. That's going to come in handy. Huh. Okay. Face down. You know what? For now, I'm going to give myself plenty of room. No reason to stack if I don't have to. Face up. Oh, look at that. A double hike. That's going to come in handy, especially for the red player. Another 3 snowshoe. Ooh, a wild. It's a 1-step wild card. That's nice. And a 3 climb. Ooh, wow. Wow, okay. Useful. It's actually this is a much, much better draw than the first draw. First draw was pretty brutal. Let's see, now what do we want to do? Well, the red player's got to get out of this hiking zone. I mean, tempted to come over here to this ranger station, but I don't want to because I don't want to get missions. I have no place to put them. They're full up on missions. So I could come to the ranger station again. Or I could come to 4 from red with that one move. Then I'm stuck but I'm 1 step away from 5 on my way to 6 and G. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll go here and we'll spend the double hike action to do it, which I've already discarded. And then we will flip over that and we found it is a river. Great. All right. This bobcat would be nice. We have 2 bobcats and we're going to be in that area in a minute. There's another bobcat way up there. It's a single hike. So we're not going to be out of luck. We'll come there. What do we want to do here? I'm tempted, although I probably shouldn't, to use the wild movement to get red on position for the special mission. I think I see a plan coming together. All right, here's the situation. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the... Are we? Yeah. Okay, here's how this is going to go. We're going to use the support token to give him a free hike. It's 1 hike. We're going to use the triple climb for the blue player to get all the way up here. And then we're going to use the bighorn sheep animal token, which gives us a free climb, single climb, to get the green player here, thus completing the special mission. And not burning unnecessary cards to do it. I guess there's no difference really between spending the token, which I don't really want to spend the cards to refresh, versus the single wild card. Maybe that's the thing to do. Okay, so first things first, we're going to spend the free. Is it the single use? Yeah, we're going to spend the single use card. The wild single step. We're going to spend that instead of burning the token, and we're going to give that to a hike action. We're going to give the red player a single hike action to get to 5. You're not pulling the flag yet because we haven't got everybody on position, but it is what it is. And then on our captain's board, we have a free hike action. So we're going to spend the free hike action, put it down on the board, and we're going to spend that on the green player. He's going to go to F. And then we're going to spend the triple climb card here to move 3 spaces. 1 climb, blue player is going to go from here, 1, 2, 3, all the way to M. Thus completing the special mission, F, M, and 5. All gray flags will now come off. And the special mission comes off and is now done. That is good because we needed to get it done anyway, and we're moving everybody closer to their goal cards. And we spent very few cards to do it. Now, we're going to reveal our freshly earned cards here. These are great cards, hiking and climbing. Oh, look at that. M is in the blue area. He can take care of the beaver. So that's an option. Likewise, green is in the, sorry, this I guess is the teal. The teal area is the beaver. And the blue area here is the bobcat. And we do have a ranger in range there too. Do we burn them both? I kind of need that hike though. I guess I could burn the supply token for that. That's rough. Burning a triple snowshoe card. I do have another triple snowshoe card though. It's way up there in the corner. So it's not like the end of the world, I guess. I feel like I probably should. Let's burn this for the bobcat sighting. And so I got that token. It's now on my board. And then we're going to burn the double walk. Ugh, that hurts. But we got, hey, look at that. A free wild. That's perfect. So we're going to burn the double walk on the beaver. And we're going to take that sighting as well. That's great. Now we have all of our cards revealed for the round. We know what our options are. Got a wild. That's good. I think we can get... I need 2 hikes, not 1. But this would be a hike too, so that's an option. If I need 2 hikes, let's burn both the hikes. Wait. Where's green going to go? Green's going to H as well. So I really need 3 hikes, but I'll take what I can get. I don't have any road. I do have a road, but that won't really help green much. It's going to put green way out of position. M, though, will use, sorry, the blue player can use the road. Yeah, okay. This is good. Here's what I'm talking about. So I need a road to get the blue player over here. I was going to have the blue player come down here to H because they're 1 step away. But I don't have enough hiking. I only have a hiking for 2 players, not 3. So instead, we'll give the hiking to the red and the green, and we'll take the road out to J, who's only 1 step away from a ranger station, which is good because we need to get some more missions after we get these things cleared. Doesn't help green, though. Green's not going to clear a mission anytime soon. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. I don't think green will clear a mission. Red, on the other hand, might clear both. Might. Okay. Well, first things first, let's do the easy one. We'll get the road done. So we're going to burn the road card. And we're going to take the blue player out to J and take care of the J mission. Good deal. Now we're 1 step away from a ranger station. And now we need 2 hikes. So we're going to burn both of these as hikes, single hikes. And we are going to move one of them here to complete 6. Okay. And one of them here to complete, oh, nope. Just one of them there. It's not their mission, but that's fine. It needed to go there anyway. Okay, so this flag comes off. Running a little low on cards. It's distressing. Yeah, we're in view there. Okay. What do we have left? Well, red needs a mountain climb. This would give us a mountain climb. Blue needs a mountain climb in order to get more missions, which we have to do. Green could use the river to at least get closer to their mission. I was going to use the river card to help blue get to their mission, but I don't think that's going to happen this round anyway. So we might be stuck getting one hazard put out because I don't know we're going to get all of the missions dealt out. Because I don't think we can complete one more mission. Because we can't split action cards across like 2 steps of an action across 2 different ranges. That's not how it works. I guess I could burn my support token though for a free climb. Up to the ranger station. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to burn this bear on a single climb action. It is what it is. So, climb action, we're going to take red from here to there on a climb action. He's now on G. G is now done. Now we can get all 3 action cards, our missions rather, off of the current round. We are going to spend our support token reluctantly to give blue a climb up to the radio to then dish out the 3 missions. And what do we have? T, Tango. That's way up north on this peak. That's terrible. There is a ranger station out here, though, so if we can get a helicopter, we can get out to T. So it doesn't really matter who gets this. We'll give it to red because he's got 2 slots. All right, B, as in Bravo, down here. Green's already going to be there. Green has no room for it, though, because green still has both of their missions. So we'll give it to blue. Well, T, yeah. We'll give it to blue because blue has B and H aren't too far apart. In fact, it's just a river. So that actually works really well. And then last but not least, we have 3. It's definitely going to red. Red is getting K. K is located here. Kind of a terrible place off in the corner. But okay. We might be able to get some animals sighted. All right, so let's get the flags put out. T and K. K and T. These are awful. These are going to be hard to get done. And then blue has B and H. So Bravo, right there. Okay, flags are out, missions are done. We're not going to end up with any new hazards being dealt because our current round is empty. Now we have cards left, and we have some moves we got to make now. I'm trying to decide who should use what. I think blue we might just leave up there for the time being. And pray for a helicopter next round. because all I have are 2 snowshoes and a river card. Snowshoes aren't going to help anybody right now. I could use the river to get red, or no, get green 1 step, or possibly 2 steps, probably 2 steps. Although if I go 1 step, then I have 2 options to try to get green to this D. If I go here, I only have 1. So let's burn the river. The third option is that I have 3 cards left. I could burn all 3 of them to recharge my supply card. In fact, I'll do that because I have a free river action from the beaver. So I could burn the free river action and then burn all 3 of those cards to refresh my token and call it the end of the round. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Beaver goes out. And so we're going to take H. We're going to take a green player to G on the river. And then with our last 3 cards, we're going to spend all 3 of them to recharge the support token. Like that. All right, out of cards. We do technically have a support token if we wanted to. But I'll have that next round anyway. So let's see what we get on our next draw. Our first card. That's interesting. There we go. Push that in even closer so we can see these cards a little clearer. All right. Ooh. Single hikes. There's our helicopter. Way up in the corner, though. That's a bummer. Okay, but we got one, though. That's important. We got another helicopter. Oop. I guess we'll put that down here because I was supposed to deal with that face down, but now it's done, so. Okay. Won't make that mistake again. Okay. Hike. Ooh, single hikes everywhere. And another river. Not a bad thing. Okay, so do we spend our helicopter to get red over to where it needs to be? He's 2 steps away, though. Let's look. We got 2 hikes, 2 single hikes, a river, and a helicopter. So green will get 1 of the single hikes. In fact, let's just do that right now while we're looking at it. Which one? The other helicopter, maybe? Yeah, we'll work towards the other helicopter. Okay. That reveals a snowshoe. No limited help to us, at least right now. So green will take out mission D, Delta. Good. Okay. Red needs to hike 2. So maybe we just have red move along with green. Yeah, I'm debating right now. Yeah, okay. We'll have red move along with green with another single walk card. So now he's there. That reveals a road card, huh? Okay. Of limited value to me right now. Blue needs a river and a walk. So maybe instead of burning the walk on red, I could have moved blue instead, which would put him on the river, which I could use this to get him. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to back red up, and instead of using it on red, I'm going to use it on blue, which puts him on the river, which lets me burn the river card to move all the way to H, because I can stop anywhere I want along the river. And that gives blue H. Great. One more river card, and I can get blue to B and get B done as well. And unfortunately, I got a road instead. Okay, I have a helicopter. Now I need to decide whether green or red is getting the helicopter. I think it's going to be red. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to spend the helicopter, which is a wolf card, which is kind of sucky. I would rather not do that, but it is what it is. I have no other choice. I don't have another wolf, but hopefully we'll get another one. So we're going to spend the helicopter. We're going to move red up to the radio. Hold on. Am I? No, hold on. Before I do that, we're going to put red back here. Maybe I burn my support token to get blue on the river down to B so that I have 3 cards open so I can get all 3 rangers. I still think I can do that. I can do that after I do the... Yeah, I can still use the helicopter. Helicopter's still going to go up here. Maybe this is a river card. Maybe I don't have to burn my support token. It's not. It is a snowshoe. That's not a bad thing, though. Okay, so we're going to burn the support token. I hate doing that, but, you know, got to be flexible. Burn the support token. We're going to move blue down the river to B, which gets B done. Now we have room for 3 missions. I need to get a walk done. And both of my walks are covered by roads. Well, I could discard both of my roads and one of my snowshoes to recharge the support token. Yeah, okay, here's how that's going to go. We're going to discard these 3 cards to unblock all of these, which I need more. So I get the support token back. And now I'm going to use one of my snowshoes. We're going to use both snowshoes. Yeah. Okay, we have 2 snowshoes. They're stacked on top of each other. We're going to use one, and he's going to move from here to here. Now he's got a hazard token there. So what are we going to do? Well, we can't traverse it until we clear the hazard. So we're going to burn the Bobcat special ability. And one of its abilities is that little wrench symbol, which lets us clear a hazard. So we're going to use that to clear this hazard here. Off the board it goes. And that lets him traverse that line, which he does with 1 card. And then he's going to traverse the other card with the other snowshoe, letting him clear T. So T is off the board. Okay. Zipping right along now that I'm getting the hang of this. That unlocks one of our hiking, which we really need. So we're going to spend the Longhorn Sheep hiking card. Oh, but we don't have another way to clear a hazard. Oh no, hold on. That's not good. Maybe the bear will give it to us. So we'll spend the bear first. So what I'm talking about is this bear card here. It's also a walk. We're going to spend that to record the bear instead of walking. And we're going to record this bear here. Does it give us? It does give us a hazard. That's amazing. So we're going to clear a hazard using the bear right away. We're going to clear this hazard here. The bear goes immediately on the board. And then we're going to spend the walk that we couldn't have spent before, the Longhorn Sheep, to get up. Oh, that's red. That's not going to help me. But it's clear now, so red can use it later. instead of walking then, what do I do? We're not going to walk. We're going to keep that walk. Instead, we're going to burn the helicopter. Yeah, we're going to burn the helicopter, and we're going to go get our missions before the end of the round. And the good news is we got all 4 done, so we're going to be able to get all 4 missions out. That's why I waited to get the new missions until I had room for 4 cards. Right. Well, the helicopter, what I'm trying to decide now is who's going to get the helicopter and which ranger station are we going to. The 2 schools of thought are we could bring green closer to Y by doing this route. Maybe getting us in position to record that eagle too, or hawk. The other school of thought is maybe bringing red closer to here, but I think I can achieve that. Red is way out on the edge, though. I feel like I gotta rescue red. I think maybe what I do is I bring red here, and then I hike here and take a river down to here. Still a lot of hiking, though. Or worse, or better, if I take him here, he could just climb down if we get a good climb card and get the wolf on the same path. Yeah, okay. We'll take red helicopter to that ranger station, and then we'll dole out missions. We got M. Who's going to get M? M is here along a road, so we could give it to green. Green could take the road out. Okay. Green's also got Y, but that's not bad because green can then take the river all the way down to almost M as well. So that's good. So we'll put M there. What else we got? We got Z or Z. Where is he? Way up there. Whoa. Too bad we didn't get that to green. That would have been perfect. Way up there. Red's coming down. Blue doesn't have anything, so we'll give it to blue. Probably a mistake, but it is what it is. U. U is here. Red is already there. But he's heading the other direction. And since green is going up that way anyway, green's already got missions. Blue has got Z, so we'll give U to blue as well. And then R. R's got to go to red. So where's red going to go with R? Way over there. Okay. Okay, well, red's already got K, so we'll put R there. Blue has got U and Z. Green's already deployed. Great. We have emptied our current space. Doing okay on recording animals. We've got 4 more to record. We do have a card left. Get a free hike in. Maybe what I do is I give the hike to green, because then I can put him here and put them close enough to M on the road. Yeah. Oh, I can't though. It's a hike, and that's not a hike, that's a climb. Right. Who can use the hike right now? Blue, I guess, but blue could come up here and try to do some climbing if we get a lot of climbing cards next round. If I get a triple climb, it would be a 1, 2, 3, get some missions, although I don't really need to. Likewise, if we get our 3, it'll be 1, 2, 3 for red to come down. Or a helicopter. I can't go up the river, so hiking green to G doesn't make any sense. The river's going down, not up. I guess the better route is to just... Or, not for nothing, nah. Yeah, I think the better route is to hike to there. I could save it though. I don't have to spend it. And since it's not entirely clear what cards I'm going to have, maybe I just leave it. We're going to leave it. So here's what happens when you leave cards in this game. You have a card here, right? You still just deal 1 face up to every column. Oh, a triple hike, y'all. Triple hike. Regardless of what cards are there, they're just always dealt to the bottom. Okay. So 1 face up, 1 face down. One face up. You know the double hikes are there. Triple hike even. Good, we got a lot of hiking in. That's going to be beneficial for us, I think. We've got a wild, thank God. No helicopter, though. That's a bummer. Maybe there's 1 face down, but... Okay, let's scoot them in because you can't see them. Yeah, okay. Well, available to us right now are 2 hikes, a wild, and a snowshoe. Weird little mix. We are on round 4. We're keeping up with the Joneses so far, sorta, kinda. We're not falling behind at very least. From here on out, we have fewer missions added to the pile every day, every round. So we're past the worst of it now. Well, we still have 2 hikes. We don't have any mountain climbing, and that's a bummer. All of our hiking is down in this area mostly, with a little bit here and there up there. Where can I get with a triple hike? Nobody can really take advantage of it except for maybe blue. And I don't have a helicopter. Single hikes will only do me so well. Don't have a river. We do have a wild for river though. So what I could do is hike red to you. I guess I could snowshoe red across as well. So I could hike for 1, snowshoe for 1, and then depending on what's behind snowshoe, either I get a climbing card or I burn the support token for red and get red to R. The other school of thought is I could hike red to you and then use the wild card as a river to run the river all the way out to here. And then maybe I can get the double walk unlocked so get him all the way here in one move. I think I like that. The reason I'm not worried so much about this one is because it's so close to a ranger station. And if I can get a helicopter, I can helicopter red up to that ranger station easy enough. So maybe I just take my chances on that. Okay, so we're going to spend one of our hike actions to take red to here. And then we're going to reveal what's behind it. And that is a climb action. Interesting. Okay. That could come in handy actually. And now we're going to spend the wild card on the river. We're going to take red down the river all the way to where? Here. I think this is a good spot actually. That reveals a road, which is good for green. We can get green up to the road, which we can with a single climb. That's perfect because it's in our way. So we're going to use the single climb to get green to L, which puts them on the road. And we're going to use the road to get green to M, which completes M. Fantastic. For the state of our hand, this is where we're at now. I've carved a decent hole in things, but I got the double walk I needed open for red. So we'll go ahead and spend that now to get red double walked to K. And how about that? K is done, but what's interesting is that look at our hand. We got 3 wolves, and we can record wolf right now. The tempting part is to reveal one of our 3 hidden cards with one of the wolves. We're not in a position to snowshoe, so I'm thinking we'll unlock this one. And we'll leave our single walk where we can use it. So let's burn that to record the wolf. The wolf will come off. Oh, that's not the right card. Never mind. Never mind. That is this is a different animal. One is a snow wolf and the other one is a forest wolf, I guess. Well, I don't have anybody up there, so I can't do that. I can, though, get up there. Well, I have to burn one of these guys. Green has to get out there. So does blue. Blue's kind of hosed right now. Trying to get them out. So maybe I move green towards Y for now. The other problem is I got to get somebody to a ranger station. I can do a ranger station with that one river card, actually. I can get blue to a ranger station to give us some more missions. So let's get a mission done, though, so we can get all 3 of these cards out. So how are we going to do that? They're all up north. Blue's not going to help us. Green's too far away. Red's too far away. Yikes. I don't know that I'm going to get all of those out. I might be screwed. I might have to put a hazard out this round. I can't get blue where it needs to be. This is tricky. I don't have a helicopter. That's what's really kind of screwing me right now. If I had a helicopter, I think it'd be in a much better position. I need to get one of these 2 remaining hidden cards open so I can see what it is. Let's hike somebody. Let's hike green towards their destination. It's not a bad thing one way or the other. So we'll take the single hike, and we'll give it to green. We'll walk him that way, which unveils another hike. Bummer. I do have a snowshoe I can give green. Maybe there's a double hike under there, so I guess I'll do that. That snowshoe. I guess I could move green in the wrong direction just to record the wolf. That seems dumb, since red's got to be up there anyway. No guarantee I'll have a wolf card then, though. That's fine. It is what it is. I'll use it for the movement, as I talked about. We'll go there, which reveals a wild. Interesting. A wild doesn't help me from a helicopter perspective. I do still have a wolf, though. And I'm one step away. So I could use it as a climb just to get into the region to record that as a wolf. The problem is I need this to get to a ranger station. Or do I? Because I could use that as a ranger station. I wish I had known that that card was there when I was back one space. I would have used this to hike this direction instead. But I didn't have that information at the time. I could use the support token. I don't want to. I need to figure this out. I could spend the hike on somebody else to give me the snowshoe I need, and then I could use the other one, the wild, to climb. And then I can burn the support token to get him. Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. Okay, red needs to get into position, at least a little bit, nominally. So, which direction? I guess he's only going to climb one space. Yeah, all right. He's gonna walk. He's gonna hike down to here. Not the worst thing in the world. He's going to do a single action to get that done. That unlocks the snowshoe card, which we're going to give to green to get over there. Now I'm going to burn the wild for a hike. Sorry, not a hike, a climb. And he's going to climb one step. And then I'm going to burn the support token for one more climb, which is going to get him to Y. And that completes Y. Finally, we're going to burn the one river card I have to take blue down to the ranger station and get some more missions before the end of the round. So we are going to give, we have A. A is right next to blue. Blue can't do it because it doesn't have room in their bag. Blue is already maxed. I'm going to give it to red instead. Am I? Where's green? Green's way up there. I can give it to green. Because green's one step from the river, can make it all the way down to A and almost one stop. So we're going to give it to green. We have V as in Victor. V is also right next to green. So we're going to give that to green as well. And F as in Frank has to go to red. And F as in Frank is where? Is here. Okay. I guess it'll be what it'll be. All right. All right, let's get the flags out. We've got R and F. That's going to be the hardest one, I think. Green has got Victor and Alpha. Blue's already set. And crucially, no more cards in the round. We have 4 walks left among 2 cards. Here's what our hand looks like at the moment. Oh, thanks for the raid, Luzapalooza. All right. Let's see. Nice, welcome in. We're playing a little bit of Peak Team, the Peak Team. Playing it solo. All right, let's see. We have two cards left. Ooh, I gotta fix that overlay. That is looking at the wrong spot. That's looking at last year's campaign. Mental note, I will fix it for later. Alrighty. Bum, bum, bum. If you just replace the URL with 2026, you'll get to this year's campaign. So we need to figure out how we're going to move these guys around. A triple hike from where I'm at. The only one who could take advantage of a triple hike would be Blue. Because he could go like this. The reason I might want to do that is this animal token needs to be recorded. And I would be in that biome. So if I got the right card, I could record that animal on my way. Maybe I'll get a helicopter and I can get up north and take care of those blue ones. The hazard, though, is right now, if I get a bunch of climbs, I could climb my way up to here pretty quickly from where I'm at. I could just save the hike. I could save both the hikes. There's no harm in it. Red could use a single hike, but he's locked behind. The card is locked behind this topmost card. So I can't get to the single hike card. But I don't know that I would want to anyway, because then I would be, if red moved, then he would be here, and then he's facing an uphill water, so he can't really traverse that. So there's no real value. I guess if I had the single, he could come here and be in position in case we got that wolf card. Nah, there's no real value in burning those cards right now.
What did he say?
So if I had 3 cards, I could recharge my support token. So I think we're just going to end the round. It is what it is. We have cards left. We're going into round 5. We're keeping up with it. Game's not over yet. So let's see what we get in our cards. Those stay in play. They're going to be face up. We're going to deal 1 face up into 4 columns. We're going to see, I think, all the cards in the whole deck, maybe close to it. That's rare for these kinds of games. Okay. Haven't seen very many helicopters lately, though. So we have more hiking on the top here. That's not going to do us any good, at least not right now. Did it again. I guess that's going to come there. It'll come there as a face-up card because I know what it is. I don't know what that is. I was supposed to deal it face down. It is what it is. There, 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 there. Ooh, a lot of snowshoe. That could be good, though. A lot of snowshoe, a lot of river. Well, there's the bird we need, and we have green in position to record the hawk. So that's actually good. Right where she's at, we could just burn that for this. No climbing, though. The only climbing we have is this one, way over there. All right, I have a thought about what to do. All right. So look at the game state here. We need to record this hawk. So we're going to spend that hawk card you saw a moment ago. And we're going to record that. Now let's see what the hawk gives us. The hawk gives us a helicopter. Hell yeah, it does. Look at that. Look at what the hawk gives us. Helicopter and a route repair. Ooh, that's good. We need that helicopter right now. That's great. But more importantly, we got that recorded. It's off the board. So that reveals a card in our hand because there's face up underneath it. Let's see what we got. A helicopter. Hell yeah. That's good. Okay, that's great. And it's only blocking a single hike too. So that's not going to get in our way anytime soon. Now here's the deal. Well, I don't really need a road. Sorta, kinda. We need a hike, or a climb is what we need. What I'm thinking about doing is burning these 3 cards on recharging the support token. But I could use the river. Green could use the river. So I suppose what I could do, but green actually needs to hike first, or sorry, climb first. Green needs to climb first. Hold on a second. I'm going to go off camera for just a second while I'm thinking about this. My dogs are getting rambunctious because it is almost mealtime. It is mealtime, in fact. So hold on. Okay. I forgot to turn off their signal to me that they need something. They can wait. All right. What was I saying? I need to climb, and I need to recharge that first. Do I chance it though? I need that river too. That's tough. What else could I use one of those for? Anybody else in a position to do snowshoeing? No. Nobody else. I could use the snowshoe. But the problem is I have a hazard token on this route, and I don't have a way, unless I want to burn this token to repair it, I don't have a way to get around that route. I either need to climb or I need to repair it, and I don't want to repair it. La, 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 la. Well, I don't think I have a choice. I think I'm going to have to burn those cards, recharge the support tokens, reveal those 3 cards, and hope one of them's a river. Well, not only that, reveal one of, well, I could, yeah, there's just no other way around it. I mean, I'll have the support tokens, so worst case I can do that, and also worst case, I could use the helicopter to get down there. I don't have to use the river. That's true. All right, I've convinced myself. We're going to burn those 3 cards. We're burning those top 3 cards, those ones. And we're going to flip over our support token to recharge it. We're going to reveal all of our cards. Ooh, a single climb. That's good. A wild and a wolf. Not a bad thing. We need to get that wolf done too. Now we've got some options. Wild is almost better. All right, well, we needed a single climb and we got it. So we're going to give that single climb to green. And he's going to climb down to V and complete it. Okay. Now what? There's a double climb. There's also a hike. So we're going to burn the helicopter for blue. And blue is going to helicopter up to that ranger station. We're going to then burn a single hike on blue to get down to U and complete U. And then we're going to burn a double climb on blue to get him to Y. And then what are we doing? I could burn the wild bear to get blue done, get Z done, the peak there. And then use the helicopter token to get green down close to A. I need to get somebody on the mark anyway to get those missions dealt out. So I think I am going to do that. We're going to burn the wild bear. And blue's going to take it the rest of the way to the very tippy top, the peak, to get Z done. Z is done. I didn't think I'd ever get blue up there, but there it is. Okay. And then we're going to fly green using the Eagle single use. We're going to fly green all the way down to here. And I'm going to use the radio to dole out these two missions. L is right next to red. Red is full up on missions, though. That's a bummer. That sucks. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Blue's way up there. Green's right there. I guess we can give it to green. Yeah, we'll give it to green. Last one for this round is P as in Papa, which is right next to red again. I guess we'll give it to blue. Maybe we'll get another helicopter and blue can fly to the other route up there. Yeah, I guess we'll give it to blue. Okay. Not ideal, but it is what it is. All right, where's green going? Green needs to climb one space. And he got L, so we'll put the flag out. So flag is on L, right there. Blue has one mission going to Papa. Papa right there. Okay. Round's not over till I decide it's over or I run out of action cards. I mean, kind of a little bit of trouble. Because I got to get this wolf documented. And I only have 2 wolf cards in my hand right now. And I don't have any more helicopters. So I could, instead of flying green here, I could have flown green up here for the sake of documentation. I had the cards. That was knowledge I had, so I wouldn't feel bad about retconning it. And it's just flying from one station to another station. It's whether I flow them down there or not, it doesn't really matter. The only trouble now is if I do that, they're going to have a much more difficult time getting to their objectives. Really need to get that documented, though. Who else can hike right now? Oh, what's up? What did I miss? What did I miss? Record the eagle? Yeah, I need to. But I need to get somebody up to the eagle. Record the eagle. Eagle's already recorded. The only one I have to record still are the kind of the mountain wolf, the whatever wolf this is that's in the forest, and the stag. Nothing now. Okay, sorry. Why don't my audio alerts should be working? I have my earpiece in. It's very strange. Oh, sorry. I'll figure out why that's not working. I should be able to hear you. Apologies for that. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out to do is, here's why I'm like hemming and hawing. I got like tons of hiking to do. And I don't need to really hike. So I guess what I could do is burn my support token and then burn 3 of those cards on recharging it. But the support token doesn't give me a helicopter, so it's not going to do me any good. I don't have anybody over there. I'd rather hike where I need to hike, you know? But I have no rock climbing at all. And if I look on the board, I need to get at least 1 rock climbing up here when I don't have it. And I need to, even if I tried to hike all the way here, I couldn't, because there's still a rock climbing route there. There's still a rock climbing route here. And then, of course, a route to get up there. There's no like continuous hiking path to get me all the way up there. So even if I wanted to burn all of that on hiking around, it wouldn't help me. I'm almost tempted to end the round and get more action cards, but then I'm going to bury this stuff, but I don't know that I care. Maybe I just burn the support token on the hike to get him here. And then recharge it if I have to. Because then this is done and I can not be down here anymore because there's really very little left. I only have 1 regular mission card here and the final mission here. And I need some amount of extra card for the final mission. I really like the idea of burning 3 of those cards to recharge, to make 1 step, but... Oh, wait a minute, I'm not burning 3 of those cards. I'm burning 3 of the symbols. So I'm only burning 1 card. Well, that's not so bad. Okay, all right. I'm going to burn the support token, and I'm going to come up here, and we're going to take care of Alpha. And then we're going to burn the eagle, the triple walk eagle with 3 symbols on it to recharge the support token. And then I could do that again. Red needs to get where? Way up there and also down there. Red's in kind of a pickle. Blue's way up north and needs to get somewhere. I don't have any more snowshoe. So what I might do is burn I could burn 3 cards for 2 moves and get blue in a position to ride the river. Or I could, the other school of thought is I could just hang out and see if I get another helicopter and then be putting them in much better positions. Then I'm burying all these cards, but that's okay. Yeah, let's not burn these cards. Let's leave them where they are. And then deal them out for round 6 and see what we get. We are going to see all of the cards, it looks like, and then some, because I'm going to have to shuffle that deck. Okay, we've officially run out of cards. We've run the whole deck. Let me get a quick shuffle on these. One moment. Ooh, those cards are way too high. You can't see nothing. Trying to conserve space, and I'm like making it so you can't see anything. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. The next card will be dealt face up on top of the rightmost pile. As soon as I get these nominally mixed. I can see why people like it. I mean, I know I'm giving you a bit more, a bit of afterthought before I'm even done playing it, but like, I'm playing level 4 out of 5 levels. The only thing I didn't add was inclement weather. Sometimes weather can help you, by the way, in this game, as I understand it. Okay. So you're seeing most of the stuff in the game other than weather. And I'm able to keep up with it. At least that's the draw that I got. So, okay, last card face up for that is triple snowshoe. That's nice. Face down across the board. Welcome in, welcome in. We are finishing up a round of, or game rather, of the peak team. Face up. Ooh, lots of options. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's lots of options right there. Okay, no helicopters though. That's a troubling situation. We're gonna have to slog this out the hard way, aren't we? That's fine. We kind of can. I want to get green out of there. Sort of. Maybe, yeah. Okay, we're gonna hike blue. We're gonna climb blue down 1 spot. So, hold on. I need to get my discard pile more readily accessible. So we're going to hike blue down off the peak, and then we're going to snowshoe. That wolf would be nice right now, but it is what it is. Snowshoe over to the river. And these 2 are now available. That's handy. And then we're going to river run blue down to here, maybe? Blue's only got one mission right now, so it doesn't matter where we stop them. Yeah, that'll do. I suppose I could move him down here, and then he's at least within reach of the ranger station if we need him to be. Okay. And then, oh, we got a helicopter. That's wonderful. Okay. We got a couple of climbs that we can do here. That's great. No wolf, though. Oh, that's not true. There is a wolf here. So we could use our helicopter first. I'd rather not. But let's get into position to record that wolf right there. It's our one chance to do it. We're running out of time. The elk. We have an elk up there too. Ooh. Green's got to get to L, but it's all within the same neighborhood. So maybe what we do is we use green as our animal recorder for this area as well. I need to get that triple climb. We have room. We could do the helicopter now. Red's got to do a helicopter. So let's give the helicopter to Red. So we'll spend the helicopter and we'll take Red up to here. That frees up the triple climb, which I will give to Green. Triple climb will go 1, 2, 3. Now triple climb is in position to record the wolf, but I don't want to use triple climb for that. Instead, I will use 2 cards, not 3, because I need to use triple climb for the fox. That's what this is. It's not a wolf, it's a fox in the forest. So we'll do these 2 cards for 3 climbs instead, which also gives us the stag. Now we have that available to record, which we will spend now, to record the fox in the forest, which gives us a free route repair. Okay, that's fine. Once in a while it does come in handy. Okay, we need to get Green over to L, and we need to get Green down here to the stag as well. We have a single walk, so we'll use it, or hike rather, and he'll do that. We do have an active support token. So maybe we use it. Yeah, let's use it. What we're going to do, I'll put this card right here for a moment. We're going to flip over the support token to use it as a single climb to get L done. Okay, L is done. And now we're going to burn this card for its 3 symbols, and we're going to recharge the support token, which exposes our last hidden card, which is a double climb. Handy. A double climb is actually perfect for Green right now. Yeah, we're going to burn that double climb, this one. We're going to burn that double climb on climbing down 2 steps to get into the biome to record the stag right here, which gives us a free road trip on one of the roads. That's nice. Don't really need that right now, I don't think. Maybe I do. The only thing left to do is that triple snowshoe. So I need to get red to R. So I'm going to burn that for a single walk, a single snowshoe stop. It is what it is. I got to do it. Red's going to take a single hike down to R and get R done. And then it is required, actually, unfortunately. And then I'm going to burn this right there. Oh, I'll find it in a minute. I'm going to burn this on the wolf to record the wolf. That gets us a free snowshoe. Okay, so let me get you, I think that means we're done recording animals. That's great. It is on the level 4, I want to say. Hold on. Wherever the animal tokens are. No, wait. Okay, the short answer is if you have the rule books and you look at the end for each of the levels, if you look at the end game and end of game rules for each level, one of those levels references that. Now, we have 2 more missions and we need to get to a ranger station. I can get to a ranger station. Green is out of missions, so I think green's going to be the one to get to a ranger station to at least dole out the final mission. I have a support token, so I could get P done. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do that or wait for more cards. Ah, great, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for verifying that. Okay. Do I burn a support token for that, or do I pray for better cards and then simply walk it in? To get that card off of I need to get this dealt out. It's only 1 left. I don't remember how I unveil the final mission, because I'm not supposed to make it here unless that's just I make it here and then we do the final mission. That's probably what it is. After the end of this round, we get to final mission. Assuming we got everything else done, then the park doesn't close. Otherwise, I think we get a free helicopter ride. I think that's what that means. I don't know. On that note, because we don't know what these are, I'm tempted to just not and walk it in. Yeah, okay. I think who's in a better spot to get there? I think that's it. Yeah, all right. We're going to spend this single walk card, and we're going to take green 1 step. We're going to burn the support token to get green another step to the ranger station. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. And then we'll deal out the final mission. The mission is S. Red is right next to S, so we'll give it to red. Yeah, the other school of thought is blue's got to stay up there to get P done. Red's got to come down to F. So I could give it to blue instead. Yeah, I'm going to give it to blue. That might be a mistake, but I'm going to give it to blue. So blue's going to get S and P. Red's still only got F. Those are the three. Here's the full look. The F is over here in red, and then S and P are blue. Green doesn't have anything left, and there's no missions to give green. Now, in the final mission stuff, these are like special missions. I think that's the mode that special missions came in. Special missions. Game end. Okay. Which is all rangers have to be at the final mission flag, single flag. I see. Well, okay. What I'm debating right now is the final game, the actual core rules of the game say when it ends, you win if there are no more missions left on the game board. Let's see. When, though? Round end. If there are less than 4 regular missions left on the current round space, you can play another round. Otherwise, you lost this game due to issues overflow. Move the round token to the next round space. If this is the part close space, you lose due to lack of time. Huh. Okay. So does that mean that I have those cards to get all of this stuff done? I think that is the case, in which case I'm going to lose, but only barely. Because I have 3 missions and I only have 2 cards. In fact, I can just put them right here. Those are the cards that I have left. Which I don't think is, the math on that is not good. And I don't have a support token. So I'm pretty certain I did not quite do enough to win. Could I get even one more done? Yes. Yes, technically. I could burn this to recharge the support token and then spend that support token for a quick walk or a quick snowshoe across the glacier there to get P done. That leaves me with a road card to get to one of these two, which is just not going to happen. So unfortunately, I ran out of time, but it's a skin of my teeth situation. Had I gotten all of that done, let's see what the final mission would have been from where I'm at right now. It would have been M, I, and S. Let's just look. M, I is where? I is here. And S, which is actually right next to the next one, which would have been nice. So I don't know why it says final. Maybe there's a final mission card, and maybe I'm just thinking about, maybe I have the wrong deck of cards for these. Could be. Hold on. Those are weather. Those are missions. These are regular mission cards. Did I miss up something? No, that's weather. It said final mission, but I don't have any more cards. I thought there was you have to go, maybe it's just that final mission is the top letter and everybody has to be on M. I think that's what that might mean. That might just be that it's the first letter. That's probably it. So it comes with a white flag for the final mission. And I think what that means is the first letter there is where that final mission flag is. So I would have had to get all of that done, and then all of our all of them, which aren't very far away, get back to M. So I wasn't too far off. If this had been way over on the other side of the board somewhere, then that would have been even harder to achieve or contemplate achieving. But as it stands, I think it was a narrow loss, which I don't feel too bad about. I feel pretty good that I managed to eke out an almost win. I got all of them. I mean, I got all of the animals researched as well, or recorded as well. So okay, so look, when I get done playing a solo game, especially a co-op solo game like this, the overriding feeling is, do I feel like I had a chance in hell? Do I feel like it was so close that if I had just played it slightly better, or if I'd have been thinking about it or been more of a veteran player in this game than I was playing it for the very first time, do I think I could have won it? And if that's the case, then it keeps hope alive. And I feel like getting it to the table again and trying it again would be fun for me. And it would be a good thing to kind of puzzle out and see if I could make it happen. As it is, I played level 4 difficulty, my very first game, never having played this game ever before in my life. And out of level 5 total victory, or total difficulty. And I managed to eke out an almost victory. I was shy 2 missions and the final mission out of this giant stack of mission cards that we managed to complete. I didn't fall behind. I didn't get hazards put out on me throughout the whole game. I managed to avoid doing that every single time, and I got everything else done. To me, as a first intro play, I can't actually ask for it to go any better than that. Did I win? No. Had I won, I probably would have felt like maybe the game was a little too easy, because how come I won my very first game? But as it is, it was a narrow loss, which just makes me want to try it again. And that's the sweet spot that I want a game like this, especially as a solo player. So as an efficiency puzzle, and I love the art. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to see too many of the player boards, so I'll push in a little bit. Here's Red's player board. Look at that art. That art is phenomenal. And then we get over to blue, and there's Blue's. Also amazing, phenomenal. And then there's Green's in Green's detail. The level of art in this is just amazing. There's a close-up of a card, so you can see that. Here's a few more. The art on this is beautiful. And then the game board in more detail, I'll show that off. I'll pan around a little so you can see some of that. The artist on this, I'm going to seek out games that involve art from this artist. I'm missing their name right now as I'm looking around the board, but it's stunning. Somebody else put it this way. There's the box. From a footprint perspective, this is your fairly standard, modest, normal box game. This is not a big box. It's not a little box. It's not small. It's your standard, nice, good shelf game. This could sit on a regular bookshelf, not even needing a Kallax. Kallaxes are nice and deep for those big, meaty Euro games, but you don't need it. This is a standard box game. Thank you very much. And it takes up very little room. And the amount of replayability, the amount of strategy, the amount of gameplay and variability in this, in that footprint, with this art treatment, with these mechanics, which are very good, just the right amount of challenge, maybe just a little bit too challenging with the final mission. If I were to play this solo for a slightly easier time, I would just do away with the final missions. And maybe that's it. I would just do away with the final mission. And if I manage to get all of the regular missions done before the end of round 6 and the recording of the animals, victory as a base game. I don't think, if I were to nitpick in anything, if I were to make this slightly more accessible of a game, I would say I don't think the game needs the extra challenge of that one final mission at the end. I just didn't think it's unnecessary. It's a big enough challenge on level 4 as it is to not have that. But it's such a nitpick. Like, included if you want the extra, like a 4.5 level of difficulty, or excluded if you just want a nice 3.5 to 4 level difficulty, which is probably what I'll do whenever I play it again. But, I mean, I'm not going to knock it for that. I think the component quality is really high. The rules are really good. The only thing I will knock is that I really wish that this was a combined rule book with regular folding pages and not a fold out long sheet of paper. This is much more difficult. These rules are much more difficult to read through than I would have preferred. I also think that a consolidated sheet of like a player aid sheet that is a full sheet like this that says, here's step 1, and here are all the things that are extra for the different levels in step 1 if you have them. They're already color coding things, so that color coding is working very well. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. The game is about walking routes, right? It's not about the missions are all exactly the same. Just get there. So that's fair. The game is about optimizing the action cards for the movements you have to make. And it is in that way abstract. The gameplay is abstract. I will say that. Because all you're really doing is walking routes. And then you're choosing how to use your actions, whether you're going to record an animal or use it for movement or use it to recharge your support token. The variable player powers is nice. This is just one of many that I could have chosen. And I thought I used it to huge benefit throughout the game, spending less to recharge that token every time. I like it. I like it as a puzzle. Yes, it's abstract, but because the theme is so well applied, I don't mind it because I like what I'm looking at. It's it's a national parks theme, and it's really difficult for me to say I don't like that. I have a lot of national parks style games. I've got Parks, I've got Cascadia, I've got several games that are like that in this theme, and this really works well. I like it. As a solo game, I like it. I don't know that I would ever want to play it co-op. I'll be honest. But then again, I'm not a big co-op player. And if you are, and if you have players, if you have a gaming group that really enjoys working together, this game shines because what you're really doing when you get those animal tokens is each player gets the animal tokens. And then the other players get to use them, not you. So you get some animal tiles, they get some animal tiles, and you're each choosing to help each other get stuff done. You don't really feel that in the multiplayer in the solo game much because you're not really helping other players. You're getting all of those unlocks and you're choosing how to dole them out. But in the multiplayer game, it's going to feel a lot more cooperative. It's going to feel a lot more like you're helping each other out. So if you're big into co-op games with multiplayer, this is a huge one to try out because I've heard from so many trusted sources that this game as a co-op game is one of the best to come along in years. So take that as a grain of salt. I'm not a big co-op player myself. I am a solo player primarily. But if that's your jam, pick it up as a co-op game. Go get this one. The treatment is great, and you'll have a great time feeling like you're working together to achieve a goal. A rather lofty, difficult, challenging goal, as it turns out. But there you go. I can't really say much more than that. I'm thanking everybody for joining me and for sticking with me throughout the stream. Those of you who are here and waited till the end to see how it played out, I did lose as expected, but only barely. And to me, like I said before, that's what counts. So this has been the Peak Team. And next week, you can be assured that we will come back to the table and play something completely different. All right. Take care, everybody. And stick around after I go to thanks for watching for the raid, and I'll get one started right away. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.